Hello, and welcome to Kolbe A-Team's technical report about different kinds of vehicle. Before we get started, I'm going to introduce you to the group. First off, we have Ryan. Ryan was in charge of the testing and helped on the graphs and figures. Next, we have Miranda. Miranda did the example equations and took the lead on writing the majority of the report. Up next is Jeffrey. Jeffrey worked on the Excel program, which includes graphs and figures. Our fourth member is Hamza, and he handled the executive summary and was the lead for the progress report video. Kyler's next, and his job included spearheading the research and also doing the sensitivity analysis. Last but not least is yours truly. I'm Nick, and I assisted on the Excel work as well, and I was also in charge of outlining the report. Next, we're going to get into the cars themselves. First is the 2016 Ford Fiesta. It runs off a conventional engine, gets 32 miles per the gallon, and has a retail price of $14,390. Up next is the 2016 Chevy Spark. It runs on an electric motor, it has a range of 80 miles, and it starts at $17,620. The third is the 2016 Toyota Prius. It is a hybrid, which means it has both conventional and electrical components. It gets 46 miles per gallon, and it costs $19,560. Finally, there is the 2015 Honda Civic C, which runs on natural gas, gets 27 miles per gallon, and has a starting cost of $26,740. Now we're going to continue to talk about the important factor here, which is the money. Let's start by looking at the cash flow diagrams for each car. Costs were looked at over 6 years, which included the initial price of the vehicle, the fuel and maintenance costs, and the resale value for each car after 6 years. The Ford Fiesta had the lowest initial cost, while the Civic C had the highest. The Spark had the lowest average fuel and maintenance cost, while the Civic C also had the highest in that category. The Prius had the highest resale value, while the Spark had the lowest. Next are graphs showing how each car's net present value changes due to a number of factors, which include whether the car was sold privately or through a dealership, the price of gas, and the discount rate. The Ford Fiesta had the highest net present value at all reasonable gas prices and discount rates, whether sold privately or to a dealership. Although, as the price of gas increases, the Chevy Spark scores markedly closer to the Fiesta. Conversely, the Civic has the lowest net present value. This holds true no matter the discount rate and no matter the price of gas. And finally, there's a look at the depreciation of all the vehicles. The Ford Fiesta depreciates the least, losing 62% of its value over 6 years, while the Spark depreciates the most, losing 85% of its value. After considering all of these factors, our group recommends that the consumer purchases the Ford Fiesta due to its resale value, below average maintenance cost, and low initial cost. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and we hope you found this informational and helpful.